Hello, Buffalo. Welcome to the Buffalo Social Club. We're so happy to have you here. And today I am with my good friend, Mary Friona. You probably know her from her 20 plus years at WGRZ Channel 2 News and the founder of Totally Buffalo. And today we are going to talk about our weekends. So how was yours?
Well, mine was great. Actually, I spent a lot of time watching some Olympics and the men winning gold, the ladies hockey winning gold. It was so fun to watch, and it makes you feel just so good when you watch them talk about, you know, their pride in our country. They're wearing the flags and they're on the podiums. The figure skaters, I mean, it's just phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. My girls also were in the Wizard of Oz play, which was so fun because Emma was the Wicked Witch of the West. And so she is a Wicked Witch sometimes. You know, she's 14. So it was great. I had a great weekend. It flew by, as they usually do. And Kimberly LaRussa, founder of Sweet Buffalo. What about you? What'd you do this weekend?
Well, you know what? I took a little bit of a lazy weekend. I need that sometimes. I need some time to decompress after a long week. And so I did. So a little bird texted me and said, you got to watch this show called 56 Days on Prime. Ah! You are the little bird. And I watched it. I binged it. It was so good. It was nice to just like decompress. And then so that was just one day of relaxing. And then Sunday, I went back to work. So I met a beautiful family I had helped that recently had a fire in their apartment. I met them and the mom and the little boys. And then afterwards, I went to a dog transport and enjoyed my day. So that's it.
Well, that sounds like fun. That doesn't sound so relaxing.
Well, it's for me, it relaxes me, especially seeing all the dogs from the kill shelter being able to come to Buffalo and have their lives saved. That's like everything to me. So
you know that's where I got Coco.
It sure is.
She's from Texas.
Yep.
And a little bird called me and said, I have a great dog for you. Yes. She's becoming a good dog. She actually is becoming a good dog. Aww. It's a slow process, but she's really becoming a good dog, so I'm glad we have her.
Oh, I'm so glad too. Yeah, she was fighting for her life on the streets, so she had to, you know, come to the suburbs and learn the good life, and now she knows that she's safe and loved.
That is so funny because my husband, Scott, always says, like, you can tell when it's a rescue dog because they are so grateful. You know, because we have a Frenchie, and she's just a little jerk.
Bougie.
She's so cute, but she's just a brat. So, yeah, you can definitely see that. So I'm glad I have her. And we have an awesome guest today.
We sure do.
A very good friend to both of us and to this show. And she has a dog named Lola. Lola. Her name is Lola.
Yes, she is.
And Rosanna Berardi, you are just such a force in this community. And you're, you know, always looking to give back. You have a big weekend coming up. We're going to talk a lot about that, but we're so glad you're here today.
Well, thank you for having me. I love this show, and I'm thrilled to be on.
Me too.
Yeah, we're glad you're here. You tell us a little bit about, you know, life as Rosanna. You're so busy. You have your law firm,
yes.
Immigration Law, very timely these days. You're busy.
Yes, it's a fun time to be an immigration lawyer. Again, second administration. We practice corporate immigration law, so we're helping companies, professionals come to the United States. I've been doing this for 29 years, and it is still the best job in the world because we get to help people fulfill their American dreams. And I know that sounds cliche, but let me tell you, it doesn't matter how dysfunctional America is, people want to be here, and they're grateful to be here as well. And to play a part in that has just been such a joy for all of these years.
Well, it is the greatest country in the world, and everybody wants to come here.
Yes, and people say to me, why? Like, why do they want to come here? And it really is the ability to do what you want, the ability to start a business, the capitalistic economy, the capitalistic idea that doesn't exist in every country. You can't just go open a law firm in any country. You can't just start a show in any country. And so that's the differentiator. A lot of our clients are Canadian. Canada is very similar to the US, but we are 10 times the size. They have 30 million people. We have 330 million people. So for people that have businesses in Canada, if they want to play big, I'm a business owner. I want to go where I can 10X it, right? So it's just been so joyful. I started the firm in 2005 with just me. Today, I have 25 professionals on our team. We had our 10th lawyer start yesterday. So it's been a wild and crazy ride. It's a roller coaster. this administration is keeping us on our toes. I mean, they shut down TSA PreCheck for like 10 minutes on Sunday, and we filmed a video, and then they were like, oh, we're not doing that. So take the video down. And so it's definitely been challenging, but I love educating the public in terms of how it works. Because if you really knew how it works, you'd be like, wow, this is just really complicated and hard to come to the U.S.
Well, I think it sort of should be.
Yep.
Right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and the immigration law, I mean, from the beginning has always been very protectionist of U.S. workers and the U.S. economy. And the law as written right now hasn't changed since 1996. But it really favors individuals who have higher education, who want to come to the U.S. and do really good things. There is a portion of it that needs to be changed because we need to have unskilled labor as well. We don't have enough Americans. But there's a process, and I've represented hundreds of thousands of people that follow the process, wait a long time, and are just so happy and thrilled. I see people from 20 years ago that say, oh, you got me my green card.
Aww.
You know, when I was in labor with my son, the anesthesiologist who was doing my epidural was a former client. And he was like, Rosanna Berardi, you did my H-1B. I was like, oh my God, I'm mortified.
But were you like, thank God I did because I'd be in pain?
You know, you're all like ready to give birth. And it just, I was like, oh, hi.
Read the room, pal.
Hi.
That's funny. And when you talk about sort of teaching other people, we see that as you're, you know, on ABC News and all these news outlets that continue to call you and ask for your input on air. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think I have found a way to strike a balance to be able to talk from an educational perspective without becoming super political and explaining what's going on. We hear so many sound bites. It's never really what you think. And so I think I've done a good job creating a brand where I can talk about things in a simple way where people leave the interview saying, oh, I didn't know it worked like that. Or, oh, it's not what I thought. So I'm enjoying that. I love the camera. Thank you for having me on today. I just love it so much. But it's been a fun ride doing the media stuff.
Yeah, you've been rocking it, the media. It's been great to see you in all the national news and checking things off the bucket list. You definitely deserve it and earned it.
Thank you. It's been hard. We've done a lot of interviews from bathrooms, airports. When the media calls, you say yes. And I feel like people are like, oh, how'd you get on ABC? I'm like, by doing 1,000 other interviews for other stations. I always say yes. It doesn't matter where I am or what I'm doing. I can always stop, throw on some lipstick, and explain what's going on.
Absolutely. And you are one of the most charitable ladies that we know. So this will be great to get into our next segment, which is A Little Louder Now, sponsored by Celino Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric, where we're going to talk about some cool charitable things happening in our community. So one of them is White Whiskers Senior Dog Sanctuary. Have you heard of them?
No. I have not.
No,
actually.
I've not.
No.
All right, so let's put this in perspective. Lola is pretty young, right?
She's 4.
She's 4, okay.
She's a puppy.
My baby.
All right, so one day Lola is going to get old.
No.
Could you ever imagine Lola or your Coco just getting old and you're saying, I've had enough of this, and then just bringing her to a shelter because you didn't feel like caring for her anymore? Well, that unfortunately,
No.
yes, that is what happens to these poor elderly dogs. Once they start getting older, sometimes their owners don't feel like forking up the money for the medical bills or dealing with the poop or pee on the floor, and then they just abandon them, and these dogs are in the shelter crying.
And sometimes the owners pass away too, right?
That is
Yeah.
true, yes. So not every case is that the owner didn't love their pet. But the senior dogs end up at the shelter, and they're not the prime candidates for adoption. So people are coming in there, they want to adopt the puppies, the young dogs, and then the senior dogs get overlooked. So this amazing woman, her name's Paula Milligan, she founded White Whiskers Senior Dog Sanctuary in Akron, New York. And now there are 20 plus senior dogs walking around, have a place to go. A lot of them get adopted. But for now, they're in a loving place. They have volunteers who sit in recliners and rock them.
Oh my
love
gosh.
that.
It's like the babies in the hospital.
Yes.
And these poor doggies, they have little diapers on. Like, it was adorable. And I have to say, what moved me the most is most of the volunteers are also senior citizens.
I
So
love
you
that.
see these senior citizens who are probably retired and have the time, taking the time to be with these senior dogs. It's just really amazing.
Well, that's a win-win
Yeah.
because the senior adults, humans probably need that, and the canines obviously probably need that. So that's a really good one. What a great thing to do. Just one day you say, you know what?
Yeah.
There's too many old dogs out there that
Right.
need help. I'm going to start a sanctuary. That's amazing.
It really is, and they got everything down to a science there, where they have like, boards that have all the medications for the senior dogs, because obviously each dog has different medications, different foods they have to handle and such. So they got this whole thing down to a science there. It was amazing.
Well, there's a lot going on in the charitable world too. The Salino truck wrap contest is still going on. Is today the last day to vote?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And I'll tell you what, I counted. I think there's close to 100 charities in there in the nominations. So there's still time. If you're watching now, you can still nominate your favorite charity in the hopes that you get to the top, I believe it's 64. Top 64, then move on to the voting process where the community votes for them in like a March Madness bracket type deal.
Style, yeah.
Yep.
And Totally Buffalo Cares is a really great, charity to vote for. But there are so many wonderful charities on there. Is is White Whiskers on there?
They are on there, yes.
Yeah, they'll probably do well,
They will do well, yes.
especially now that we mentioned them.
But yeah, I love that competition. It's a great way to give back.
I love that too. And they actually just posted recently because the winners last year, I think they're up to like $20,000 to give them.
Yep,
Wow.
danceability, yeah. And the nice thing about this contest too is that the Salino Plumbing team, they stay with you after the contest. So they'll volunteer at your events. They'll help contribute to your fundraisers. So like once you're in the family with them as a nonprofit of the winner of the truck wrap contest, they want to continue to support you for years to come.
And the work they do at Danceability is amazing too.
Yep.
I emceed their dance recital last year, and these kids were simply amazing. I had tears in my eyes watching these kids. They were out there, they were having so much fun, and everybody's included in everything, and it's just absolutely wonderful. So they were a great win for that.
Yeah,
And I'm sure it brought a lot of attention to them.
Yeah, they're a very special organization.
Yeah. And you've been working with another teenage boy.
I have, yes. So there was a teenage boy, his name is Daniel Acker, and sadly his mom passed away suddenly. So I created a GoFundMe for him to help with his future, maybe getting a car soon since he's 16 years old. But it's been great because it's a partnership with GoFundMe now that I have. So I'm out there creating GoFundMes at least once a week now. And in the past month, we've been able to raise I think $50,000 for families that need help right now. And with GoFundMe's help, they help elevate the fundraisers. They reach out to the media on behalf of these families. So it's been really great to have their support in doing this. I've been creating GoFundMes for like 10 plus years now, but now GoFundMe is a partner of Sweet Buffalo.
And Daniel's a great kid.
And you did something nice for Daniel too.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, we sent him to a Bandits game.
Oh, fun.
And got him a $100 gift card to the Totally Buffalo store so they could go and get some
nice.
gear. And they had a great time. They sent me a beautiful thank you card, which was not necessary, but it's just so nice. You know, he needed something to do. You know, he's been through so much. I can't imagine it at that young age. But he, so the GoFundMe is going to help with his education and everything else. So that's wonderful.
But I think that, you helping him too is like a testament to the three of us, what we all do, right? So whether it's me or you hearing about a family's hardships, we interact with each other and we tell each other what's going on and we do our best to help those families or those organizations together. So women working together to make a difference, I think, is so special.
It definitely makes a difference.
Does.
And all I have to do is call Rosanna or call you or you'll text me, hey, share this GoFundMe. And so then it's like the power of three instead of just the power of one.
Yep.
So, and we sometimes find these great opportunities or missions to get involved with on social media. And we do that sometimes because we're doom scrolling.
It's true. We are doom scrolling.
Right? I mean, if you think about
Facts.
facts, yeah. Right here, right now. This is one of those conversations that my kids do not even want to talk about. You bring up the phone or social media, they don't even want to talk about it. 4.5 hours a day is the average that teens spend on social media.
That's 28 hours a week. Think about that.
Yeah.
28 hours a week of garbage.
Brain rot.
Maria Shriver calls it the garbage truck. Like, scroll and fill your brain. The garbage truck is coming. And we're all guilty of it because it was designed to be addictive.
Yes.
It is not our fault. It really isn't. And as much as I say to my son all the time, put your phone down, put your phone down, put your phone down. It is like playing a slot machine at a casino. It has the same under system that keeps you going and feeds you more. And you're looking at one pair of shoes, and then there's all these shoes, and then TikTok is showing you shoes. And,
All the shoes.
And you bought all the shoes, and you're like, why do I have all these shoes? And oh God, I've spent an hour looking at shoes.
And $500 on
$500, and my brain is rotting, and I can't think critically anymore, and I can't watch a TV show without scrolling now either.
This whole outfit is from doom scrolling. My whole entire outfit.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
From TikTok shop. Yeah.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah.
I definitely don't do that. But I do have some rules, like you can't be on the phone if you're at the dinner table, but that's like really the only one.
I know.
And they can't bring it to bed. They don't bring their phones upstairs in their rooms.
Yeah.
But like I was telling you before the show, last night, I could not sleep. So it's 3:30 in the morning, and I'm like, couldn't sleep. So what do? I grab my phone. And then I start looking at stuff, and I'm watching the John Kennedy Jr. love story.
From your phone?
No,
Oh.
on TV, but
Yeah.
like, I don't know, my phone knew that. My
Yeah.
phone's like, hey. So one video came up of them, and so I watched it, and then all of a sudden, everything in my entire feed is JFK Jr.,
Sure.
who I don't mind looking at all night long. But, so if a teen is looking up some scary thing or something not healthy for them, it's just going to keep bringing that same stuff back. That is what is scary to me.
I agree. Yeah, it's definitely the kids are on it way too much. But again, we're on it too much too. Unintentionally, it's just happening. So it's hard when you said like telling your kid, get off your phone. But meanwhile, we're
But
on
we're
it too.
also working. I try to
I
tell
say
my
that
kids
too.
that. Yeah, well, I'm working. I'm doing this or that.
Right.
And plus, do as I say, not as I do.
Well, I say it's my computer, so
adults.
I'm more likely to do my
We're
work from
adults.
my phone than my computer because it's so easily accessible to me. I can respond to an email, I can post on my Facebook, my Instagram,
Right.
whatever, all from my phone. So I call it, that's my computer. I'm not just doing whatever, but sometimes I am like this.
Yeah.
Well,
TikTok.
the big differentiator is that we have had fully formed brains before we started looking at this stuff,
Right.
right? Like this is all, 10 years, 15 years, social media. So we were all adults. My concern is that the human brain does not fully form until 25.
25.
And the impact of all of this garbage, the brain is not intended. I mean, I'm no neuroscientist, but I've done a lot of reading on this, and I see it in my employees. I see it with my son and his friends. The human brain is not intended to absorb all of these images, and it's really selling you a story, right? Whatever you're looking at is based on one thing. And, what if that day you're looking fat or you don't like how you feel and you start looking at, things about dieting and this and that just becomes your constant cycle of reinforcing. And your brain is not formed to say, well, no, hey, wait, I'm okay, right? And it's really hard. There's a big trial going on. Mark Zuckerberg testified on February 18th about, some of the internal documents that they discovered were really disturbing about, they want kids to be on from 40 minutes a day. They wanted to increase it to 46 minutes a day. So they changed the algorithm. They really are focusing on beauty filters for teenagers. The company knows what they're doing. It's a business. It's like all of our businesses. But unfortunately, this business has a huge, widespread impact on teens.
Fine, be a business, but target adults.
Right.
You can still make so much money. You don't have to target the teenagers because they don't know how to stop or
Right.
put it down or how to, like you said, differentiate from something that's, not true
Right.
and doesn't apply to them. It's horrifying.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because there's a section of law that basically gives the social media companies a free pass. And for years and years, even the Supreme Court's commented on it saying, this isn't fair because it's a get out of jail for free card, because it basically says the social media platforms aren't responsible for the advertisers that are on there or the algorithm. So there's been lots and lots of lawsuits that were dismissed. But now this current lawsuit is going after the product design, which is the algorithm, which does not get this get out of jail card for free pass. And I think we may see something. And obviously the counter argument is, well, you're a parent, you should know what your child's doing and prohibit it. But it is a hard thing to get your arms around because the phone is mobile, right? And it goes with your kids and you don't know what they're doing at school or when they're in the bathroom or whatever. I mean, in my day, my parents would turn off the TV and say, go outside.
Right.
A lot easier to control than the attachment that we have to our phones.
I think that's a problem too. I mean, I don't know if you find it, but the children get bored very easily because they have so much cool stuff that we didn't have. I mean, when I got bored, I went outside and I like glue sticks together just because I was so bored, or I was in Florida, I chased the lizards, you know, around, things like that, just because I was bored, but I didn't have anything. I had to put in my VHS tape if I wanted to watch something over and over again.
Yeah, for sure. And your attention span nowadays is like a minute. Because they're looking at quick videos, 10-second, 15-second, or pictures. So they don't. And I just saw something recently that actually prisoners in jail see more sunlight and go outside more than our teenagers.
Oh, that's terrible.
Isn't it terrible?
It is terrible.
It's terrible. But I will say one thing before we move on from this. Anytime I say, I will take your phone away if you don't do X, X gets done.
Yeah.
So that is, I don't know about, does that work for you too or no?
Nothing really works.
No? Oh yeah, because they know I'll take it.
Yeah.
They know that I will take that. I don't, I don't play, as the kids say.
It's a huge problem, huge problem. And then as your kids get older, my son is almost 20. How much can I threaten that? He lives away from me at college,
You
right?
can't.
And so I can't, but I just think, how do you study? How do you write a paper?
Wait, you pay the bill.
I do pay the bill. I could do
So you could
I could. If I was my father, that phone would be gone.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway.
And you can watch anything on your iPad or your phone or whatever. And we've been watching some pretty good stuff lately.
We have been watching some pretty good stuff. So I had mentioned before the 56 Days on Amazon Prime is really good.
It is so good. It starts off where you think it's just like kook, like this is nuts, I don't want. But then when you get into it, you really get into it, right?
Yes.
What you say?
Yes. And then we watched Tell Me Lies, which had a really good ending we loved.
I never like an ending. Ask my husband. Anytime something ends, I'm like, that was a terrible ending. But this ending, it wrapped it up with a beautiful bow.
I love that. Love that.
And you just knew exactly what was going on.
And then you did not see The Housemaid yet, the movie.
I did not.
But that was very good. I would recommend that.
Yeah. Is that a horror movie?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's not like a gory horror movie or anything. It just, has some...
Yeah.
But it was really, really good. I need that stuff sometimes because I need to shut off my brain sometimes.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that is what I do. Is I'll just take a day and binge watch my favorite show or movie because I just need that off time. That's my off button.
I think that's healthy.
Yeah, I need something. It's hard to shut the off button, especially as a woman who owns her own business, as you guys do. It's like when you go home, it's like, how do you turn this off? Because running a business is kind of a 24/7 operation, especially the business you're in. So it's like, how do you just shut it off? And I think you've been trying to teach women that in your, empowerment events that you do.
Yes. And it's really hard, especially in the winter, which in Buffalo is for a very long time.
Feels like it.
Because you go home and you're like, okay, now what? In the summer, it's great. I can take a walk, ride my bike. But I'm literally deleting social media apps from my phone when I get home so I don't sit and scroll. And I know you can put a timer and all these things, but for me to have to reinstall it is a pain. So I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm going to do something else. But when you think about anytime you see a woman, Mary, how you doing? Oh, good. I'm busy. I'm so busy. Oh, I'm so busy. Kimberly, I'm so busy. You're on social media for 14 hours a week. You're not that busy. Go do something productive.
Me?
No.
Oh, I am busy. Let me tell you something.
No. But we all wear this busy badge, right? We are all really busy.
Yeah.
But there's, I will still counter that there is always room to do something else. And I love this community. The best thing about Buffalo are the people. And I love helping our community. We all do. We're sort of addicted to it. There's so many wonderful people here. And You know, I work with a lot of professional women. They're like, how do you do it all? And I'm like, well, there's lots of things that other people can do for you. And there's a lot of shame attached to that, but forget about all of that. That's insane. We live in a modern world of convenience. But I always just encourage people, look around. There's so many people in need that need help that you don't need to do anything grand. Just something small is super impactful. And it's a big part of who I am and what my firm does as well.
But I don't think you do anything small. I feel like you make
Well,
a very big impact for being humble.
Everything you do is big.
I do, but I don't. When people say that, they're like, well, I can't do what you do. And I'm like, well, great, then don't. You know, just help somebody in a smaller way, right?
Yeah.
And so we have a big event this weekend called Luxury Purse Bingo that I hope you don't mind me talking about quickly.
Please do.
It is a bingo fundraiser on Sunday, March 1st. It's not what you think. It's not a bingo game in a gym where you win $50. It's at Samuel's Grand Manor. Mimosas, brunch, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Dior, and Fendi are our top bags this year. You can win. There's also 70 other bags. Tory Burch, Kate Spade, Coach, Alexander McQueen, YSL, and I do have a Louis Vuitton table this year. And all the money that we raise will go to Sophia the Fierce Foundation, who is doing so much great work in our community to help families in need, especially families who have children with cancer. So in the last 3 years, we've raised $150,000 for our community, and we're expecting a big crowd.
Yay! And it's so fun.
It's so fun.
It's so fun.
It is so fun. It's like a wedding, but like a fundraiser, and the energy is off the charts, and women are going nuts. Not only do we have handbags, but I have like 50 pair of Gucci sunglasses and Burberry scarves and Tory Burch scarves. And in a city like Buffalo, where you can't go to a store anymore and look and touch and feel what you're getting, it's magical. People love it. And it's just a great day. There's just such fun energy, and people are so generous. We can't wait for this year's event.
Yeah, this is something that it's like a sisterhood of people that kind of go every year. The same faces you see, but also so many new people.
Yeah, it's really gotten its legs this year. The first year I was like 100 people, I want to raise $10,000. And first year was 300 people and I raised $30,000. So I was like, oh, Western New York likes this. But each year, we get our return customers, but we always get a new section of people. And this year, we have so many amazing corporate sponsors. New Era Cap is our presenting sponsor. We have West Her, we have Roswell. We're so excited and grateful for all of our community partners. And Nothing Bundt Cakes, the little bundt cakes, they've donated 10 dozen of the little bundt cakes, as well as 5 big ones. Rich Products is giving us amazing cheesecakes and cookies. We're having a whole table of sweets. It's going to be a wonderful time. TheLuxuryPurseBingo.com. You can only buy tickets until tomorrow.
And there's only a few left.
There's only a handful left.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this Sunday. What I love, too, is that we're not spending the money on the Louis bag, but we have a chance to win. And we know that the money we are spending is going right to the respite home that Sophia the Fierce is trying to make for these families battling cancer.
And the thought of that respite home, like when you talk to Christina about the respite home, I mean, I just get chills every time she talks about it, and Sophia's dream to do that. And it's just such a beautiful, beautiful mission.
I can't wait. I'm super excited. We've done so many events for families in Buffalo, but we've had to do them at park shelters or at Airbnbs or at hotels. And it's hard. It's very hard logistically to have our own home where we can have families who can spend their last moments with their loved ones at having a party or a pizza party or what have you. So impactful, and additional community events for people. We're so excited and passionate, and we're building a house. So, I mean, this is happening.
Yeah.
And I can't wait until Sunday, and I can't wait to get this off the ground.
Well, we love talking about things that matter in Western New York, sponsored by the law offices of William Mattar. And another great event that's coming up this Friday that we will all be at is Liam's Legacy, which is Liam was the most beautiful little boy. and another just life taken so soon, you know. And his mom and dad are carrying on his legacy, and they have a big event coming up Friday night, and it's going to be just so lovely.
It's going to be lovely. We're all three of us are going to support, and we know that it's going to help many families that need help at that time with parking,
Yep.
Which can become very expensive. You don't realize in a short time when you have to keep going.
Every
going
day.
all the time. Yeah, it adds up. So to be able to help them is in Liam's memory is something really special.
He was so, oh my gosh, that kid just had my heart. He was just the cutest little guy, and his mom would bring him into the store, and we would chat, and he was just so special. And you're my date.
I can't wait.
I
I'm
know.
super excited. I am very passionate about helping to fund the parking at Oshai. And I'm super excited to work with the Lynch family to do so and to help and to be at the fundraiser on Friday. It's just, it's really heartwarming to me. And I really want to solve this problem because families who have children who are really sick should not have to worry about $20 for parking.
Absolutely.
I understand everyone has a business to run, but we need to do better. And I'm super excited to help Liz and her mission, and I can't wait to be your date. So thanks for inviting me.
Of course, of course. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
I want to say something about Rosanna that I know that you will agree with. So a friend recently said to me about sometimes women in business or just women in general, sometimes you might meet people and they see something special in you, but they want to keep what's special in you in there, right? Like they don't want to bring that out, okay? And then there's other women that see something special in you and do everything they can to let you know and to bring that out. And that's you, Rosanna. So you have done that for me. I know you've done that for Mary. You're a very, very successful woman. And you don't keep it to yourself. You don't keep your secrets to yourself. You'll have coffee with other women and saying, hey, I see what you're doing here and I want to support you. And to take the time out of your own life when you could focus on your own firm and your own family, and that's good enough. There's nothing wrong with that. You're taking a lot of time out of your life to empower other women. And I want to say thank you for that.
You're welcome. To me, it's like breathing. It's who I am. It's how I was raised, and it's what I believe in. Listen, there's enough information out there for everybody. I'm not gatekeeping anything that has been successful for me, right? And I've approached my entire career that way. We have a wonderful community of immigration lawyers. It's not backstabbing. We all share resources. And for a woman to start a business, listen, man haters, this is hard stuff, okay? Because we have to do everything else on top of it. And I did it the same year my son was born. It was just me. My firm did not have 25 professionals 20 years ago, and it was hard. And anything I can do to share what I've learned, I am happy to. I am the first person to tell you what to do and how to do it and how to make it better because I've spent a lot of time and money, so much money, and I don't want people to do that. I don't want people to do that. So I love working with business owners. The Canisius Women's Business Center is where I started, and I just love giving back. The same thing with the UB CEL program. That is just my passion. It's what lights me up, and I talk to people constantly about business. And someday when this law firm chapter ends, that's really where I'd like to be, is just working and coaching and consulting, but not, you've met with me, not in a formal, like, read this book and get back to me at all.
No. No.
When I say consulting, it's very loosey-goosey and very actionable things that you can do right away.
Well, we have known each other for like 15 years. One day I had posted on Facebook, this is when I was still at Channel 2, that there was this little boy and he couldn't see. And there were these special glasses that they made in Toronto. And they were like $10,000, but they would help this little boy see. And I'm like, 10,000, we should be able to raise $10,000. So I just put a thing up and I said, hey, who wants to help me raise $10,000? And guess who messaged me right away and said, I want to help. And we got that little boy those glasses, and I'll never in my life forget. His dad sent me a text and he said, we went to Toronto, we got the glasses, and we were driving home, and I hear this, like, my son in the back seat kind of like sniffling, kind of, and he just, they pulled over and he said, are you okay? And he goes, I can't, that's what a tree looks like? That is what a tree looks like. Could you imagine? All because of the $10,000 that we raised for this little boy. And it's just, from then on, I remember you called and you said, hey, can we meet for coffee? We
Yes.
met for coffee, and you said, why don't you start a charity? And I said, well, I've actually been thinking about starting a charity. What a great idea. So I did, and your, input and your guidance over the years, I may give you a little guidance too.
Oh, yes. We have a
but
nice media trade-off.
Your guidance has helped me so much. And just like, even it helps with our confidence too, right? Because you're always like, you're doing great. You can do this. Maybe try this, You're not afraid to say that.
No, not at all. And I don't mean it from a mean girl perspective if I do. It's
Never,
just a
never.
lot of experience and money that I've spent. But we have such a great thing going on in our community. There are so many women. I created this little group of the Caring Hearts, all these women that have their nonprofits and getting together, and everyone just wants to help one another in whatever way we can. And that's a beautiful thing. We can't control what's going on in our crazy world. We can't, but we can help make where we live a better place and help people like that young boy and so many other kids that we have helped over the years. Your Be Our Guest event that you do every year is like Disney World in Buffalo, and the kids walk in their costumes, and it's so magical to just bring that type of joy to the families for a few hours on a Sunday. You can't put a price on that.
That's my favorite day of the year.
Same.
It's my favorite day of the
that
year.
event,
Yeah.
you have to see it. You've got to be there to just see the kids walk in. I did check in one year and I was like, oh my God, it was a mess, but it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And when is that coming up?
That is May 17th? Yeah, May 17th. And that is, it's for children battling cancer or other life-threatening illnesses. And it's not a fundraiser. We pay for everything.
Yes.
We do Sweet Buffalo and Totally Buffalo Cares. We do the costumes, and we have a lot of great sponsors like you guys, and 716 Garage Door. And we have so many great things for these kids this year. We have upped the game, which I didn't even know was possible.
Yeah, it's been a beautiful, beautiful partnership. I love doing it too.
Pure joy.
We cry a lot.
In a good way.
Oh yeah, that best happy tears.
Yes,
Best happy
for
tears.
sure.
You mentioned like the craziness of the world. I am going through this thing because my kids love going to the mall, and I am not a fan of taking them to the Galleria in the evenings on the weekend. You see these fights, you see these, there was a stabbing at Starbucks. I mean, it's scary. You don't want to assume that's going to happen because more than likely it won't, but you still don't want to get in the middle of that.
Yeah, it's a really hard time for kids. There's not many places to go. Kids are on their phones. We've talked about that already. And then like in our day, the mall was the place to be, right? Like every Saturday I'd go and get ice cream and go to Claire's Boutique and buy all my plastic earrings. And it's just not like that anymore. And there really just aren't enough places for kids to go. So it's tough. I mean, the mall's done a really good job with security and making sure they have rules that require chaperones to be there, but there is a degree of risk, and it's really unfortunate.
Sad.
When I was a kid, in Florida, we had the mall, but my parents would hang out at like the Ruby Tuesdays in the mall, so the Cheesecake Factory of Buffalo.
Yeah,
and they would hang out at the Ruby Tuesdays, and I would eat with them, and then they would stay and have some drinks, but I would have a friend with me, and then I would go around the mall, and they'd give me some money, and so I got to have some fun. My parents got to have some fun. I would never do that now.
Never.
And anywhere in general.
No.
Like my kid is staying right with me. So unfortunately, in different times, when I used to be able to walk around by myself and enjoy myself, I can't do that anymore.
I know.
It's sad.
I know. And we live in East Aurora, and it's very safe, you know, for the most part. But I still very rarely will let my kids, they're 14 and 12, 11.
Yeah.
11.
Yeah.
And they won't, I don't feel comfortable.
I know. It's unfortunately the world we live in, and I can't even imagine in bigger cities, in LA or Chicago or New York, like how that can feel or be.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I know little Carlo was sick recently.
Yeah.
Right? He didn't go to school.
Yeah.
And it was a big little guilt trip for you.
I got something to talk about. Yeah. All right. So I know, I want my kid in school. Okay. The schools want our kids in school. That's great, right?
Right.
But now they have this thing that they want to support you So they send text messages, they send letters in the mail. Your kid missed this many days. How can we support you? Which is nice. But my kid missed all these days because he's sick. So the best way to support me is if parents don't send their kids to school so sick, and then mine wouldn't get sick because I don't send him sick. So it's like a battle here. Like, what would you like me to do? If my kid is very sick and snotty and doesn't feel well, you want me to send him to school so I don't get that text message or letter in the mail? Or should we just feel better about keeping our kids home and not making all the other kids sick?
What would be okay to send him, like sniffles, cough?
Yeah, just a little tiny little sniffles or whatever. But I'm talking when your kid's really hacking up and making noise and snot running down their nose and stuff, you give them a few days.
Yeah.
I think that's fair game. I mean, we went through COVID, didn't we? We didn't send anybody to school. So
My kids went to school every day.
They did?
They went to a Catholic school.
Oh.
They went to school every day.
Oh, yes, I remember you did that on purpose. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I agree with you. My kids try to fake sometimes. So, and I know that happened with you recently.
And it wasn't a fake.
I
and
know.
It felt so bad.
Yeah. She thought he was
I did have a
faking.
conversation, and I just said, you can't fake anymore because I really want to believe you when you're like really not feeling well. And I feel so bad. Of course, I apologize a million times, but it was like, I can't tell what's fake and what's real.
Right. So unless they have a fever or they have the
Yeah.
physical signs, I'm like, sorry.
But he was out for a good few days, and then I sent him back, and then he came back with like a stomach virus. So this is what I'm saying is like, I mean, how do we avoid this problem? Don't pressure other parents so much, and then maybe they'll keep their kids home when they're really sick, and then there won't be so many germs in the school. I don't know.
It's super complicated because a lot of parents can't take time off from work. And then what do you do with younger kids? And you don't have childcare, but you don't want your kid to go to school really sick because he gets everybody else sick. And then the schools want your kid to be there. And if they miss too much time, it's super complicated because of the way we live. We all work a lot. And school, we saw this during COVID. School is not a babysitter, but school is a babysitter. It's where our kids go every day. And if they can't go there, a lot of people are left in a lurch. So, and especially in Buffalo in winter, I think it's really hard. But I think common sense should always prevail. And if your kid has a fever or a stomach bug, you got to stay home.
Yeah. I mean, I always think about, I wouldn't want them to just be going through that all day in school.
I know,
you
in
know,
school,
it's so
I know,
sad.
I know.
But I can stay home.
Right.
I can make it work. You know, you're right. A lot of people can't. Or
Yeah.
you run out of sick days, or you have a big presentation that you have to
Right.
do, or whatever.
Well, I think that's why we all started our own businesses. So we could have the free liberties to be able to be with our kids when they needed us the most.
I
Yeah.
don't think I could ever work for somebody else again. I
Oh,
couldn't. Could you?
I am not employable in
No.
any way. Nobody would want me as their employee at this point of my life.
No. Well,
I would.
yeah, I would definitely, 1,000%.
But I need to be your employee because you have a lot more wisdom to offer me. So.
For sure. We are so glad that you came by and visited us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This is so fun. I love everything that you guys do, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Isn't it cute to our
It's
little
adorable.
set?
I love it. It's so cute. The intro music, chef's kiss.
Any final thoughts today?
It's winter in Buffalo, hard season, but the days are getting longer. Yesterday it was 6 o'clock and the sun was still out. So stay with it, people. There's hope on the way.
Glass half full.
My final thought is life is a highway. I want to ride it all night long. And that's because I'm going to Rascal Flats this weekend. Woo!
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Did they sing your wedding song?
They didn't. No.
Oh, okay.
No, they sing very good wedding songs. Oh, God bless the broken road
road.
that led me straight to you. That's a beautiful song.
That is a good one.
Beautiful
That is a
song.
good one. My final thought is really gratitude. I have felt so loved since my mom recently passed away. And I have to say, waking up one day and not having any parents is something that you just never think about. And my mom was 83, she was ill. So it's not like a tragedy, but it doesn't make it any easier to get through. It's hard. So I was surrounded by love and surrounded by support, and my house looks and smells like a florist. It is beautiful, and I'm so grateful for anybody who reached out to me. It's hard. I mean, when you lose a parent, I texted my sister-in-law and I said, we don't have parents anymore. And because she lost her dad recently and her mom years ago. And she said, I've been thinking about that, but we're taking over now for them. So I look at it as, we're taking over the matriarchy with our sisters. And so we're here to look out for all the kids and all the grandkids and everything. So I am all on board with that mission. And I'm excited about, just living in, keeping those memories alive. Because that's really what you have to do. I'm not here to say, call your parents or call somebody, because I know relationships are complicated. But what I can say is make sure the people in your life know that they love you. I'm so glad I did. So that's my little final thoughts for today.
That's a beautiful final thought. And you are certainly loved. I can tell by all the text message I got on your behalf, checking in on you every day. So you are definitely loved. And so is your sister, Paula.
Yeah, for sure. So
We
thank
always
you
have
so
your
much.
back.
I know. And it was a great show, not to end it on a sad note, because everything's great and life, goes on, and we have so much to be grateful for. And I'm grateful for both of you to be in my life.
Absolutely. This community is like none other, and I do a lot of things, but I always come back to the same things, and that's helping people in need with my friends, all my Caring Heart people, and the Western New York community. And yeah, it's a great thing.
Never stop. Never stop being you.
No.
Stop.
No.
Never stop. And never stop checking in on the Buffalo Social Club. We are here every week. And if you think of any questions or any topics you'd like us to talk about, send us a message, follow us on social media. We are so thankful to have you guys joining us on this ride.
We sure are. We'll see you next week on Tuesday at 10 a.m. at the Buffalo Social Club.
Have a great day.